Hello and welcome back to Resident Evil Requiem. Now, some of you may remember I found that severed hand at the elevator and I ended up scanning it, analyzing it, and then we got that weird message and then I really had no idea what to do from there. So I kind of wanted to figure that out, but apparently it's part of a challenge in the game, I believe. The only one I haven't done yet, the final puzzle, so I kind of wanted to do that. And one of the first steps, it's interchangeable with another one, which involves flushing toilets, but let's just do this first. The other one is fairly straightforward, and I'll explain as we go. But the first step is that you may see these bodies here dropping. Before you drain this pool, you want 115, I believe, at least, to drop into the pool down here. Now, not all of these count. As far as I understand, only the exposed ones like this actually count towards that 115. So I think most people say that it equates to about 15 real-life minutes, maybe a bit more to be sure, or you can just manually count them. So before you drain the pool, that's what you have to do because of reasons. Anyway, let's get down here. Second step, which you want to do, is to get as many of them into that as possible. Some people say that you can't kill them yourself. I'm not sure if that's technically true. What seems to be true in my experience is that you have to make sure that the ones who get up end up in the machine, and killing them outright may prevent that. But anyway, that's my experience. I'm not sure if you are not allowed to kill them yourself per se. And one thing to be aware of in that regard is that if you do not get them down, well, get them into the machine, the first time you get them down, you may end up using too many bullets on them and end up killing them outright. So that's just in case you do have to kill them. Something you wish to be aware of. Okay. This is turning out to be a little bit chaotic now. Push. I'm trying, okay? Okay, we've actually done pretty well so far. Okay, I don't see how that could have gone any better. But we won't really get confirmation here about whether we did it right or not. But we will very, very soon. What we have to do first is to progress a little bit further. Just have to take it the regular way out. Through here. And yes, I am absolutely using infinite ammo. FYI. And we end up down here as usual. And this is sort of the key about the next step, but before I explain what's supposed to happen here, let me just explain what you can also do before this step here with the processing area. But you can do it before or you can do it after. It doesn't really matter, but there is an advantage to doing it before. So first of all, another step which you can do before or after is flushing the toilets. The place where you do that is, I can just find it now. You can't do it while you're down in this area here. You have to do it while you're up in the main area. But you have the restrooms, the central hall here, and then you have the restrooms here. And I think you have to flush just any given one of the toilets exactly 8 times. That's one of the steps. Don't ask me why, but that's just a thing you have to do apparently. I was wondering why you were able to flush the toilets at all, but it kind of makes sense now, I suppose, why they added that. Now, after the toilets, well, you decide for yourself, but the next step here is to drain this. And when you drain it, you can get one of three possible messages. You can get a lot of blood drained, a ton of blood drained, and a torrent of blood drained. As I understand it, if you get the message a lot of blood drained, you kind of failed the meat grinder step. Whereas if you get a lot of blood drained, you succeeded the meat grinder step. And if you get a torrent of blood drained, you succeeded the meat grinder step, and you also succeeded. There you see a ton of blood flowed out, but you get the idea. It's either lot, which means fail, ton, which is a success, or torrent, which means success in both meat grinder and toilet steps. So it would, if you did the toilet step before this, it would kind of act as confirmation that you did that step correctly as well. So that's why I said there is an advantage to doing it before, even though you don't have to do it before. But that'd be my recommendation, but I didn't figure that out until afterwards. Now, just for good measure here, you're supposed to go from the hall and into the, or that'd be the west wing. Okay, that's probably the first time I set the right one when going through here of those doors. Then just continue up here. It's not the restrooms. It should be up there, I believe. Yeah, in here. And then, as you'll see, you can just do any of these, and then you just 1, 2, and then you essentially just keep going until you've done that 8 times. I haven't understood why this is a step, it just is, okay? Some things just are. It is what it is. And 8. On to the next step, which will be in the blood lab after the self-destruct sequence starts, or whatever you want to call it, but I'll show you. Oh yeah, she literally says self-destruct protocol. Okay. Which way? Oh, right, this way. Oh boy. Grab this. Don't worry, we'll have to make it a bit further before we get there. No, almost, kind of, I guess. Nope. Alright, we just have to make it through here, and then this huge container of blood up there will explode, and then this is where you have to... You don't have to pay attention. To be perfectly honest, it's almost impossible to miss this step, simply because it's right fucking there. Then you see, when you... What? It's supposed to be right fucking there. What? Well, either way, right here. Oh god. Right here, where I'm about to get killed by Blisterhead. There's supposed to be a doll, and it is very, very, very clearly there if you did the other steps correctly. I don't know why the hell it isn't here now. I'll figure that out, but it doesn't matter. Just get the goddamn doll, okay? Oh boy. Oh, it's turning out to be a fucking disaster. Alright, on to the next step. I think from here you just have to complete the game. Maybe the issue is that I actually did complete the game already when I re-recorded for the other ending. I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. Anyway, the item you want to get is this, essentially. Marie's doll. And once you have it, put it in your item box, and I think you have to then finish your current playthrough, and then it should become available, I think, on all of your other saves once you've done that. Right, let's just try this again now that I'm here anyway. Okay, so all of the zombies that did end up in the meat grinder, but I killed them outright because I used the Requiem. And this time I only got the message, a lot of blood flowed out, not a ton of blood flowed out. So I guess they have to be quote-unquote alive when they enter the grinder because of reasons. And I didn't technically complete the game, per se. I just reloaded a save after I put the doll into the chest and then saved on top of that, where I put it into the chest, and now it's here. I guess maybe you don't actually have to complete the game all over. I'm not entirely sure, but maybe another completion counted in some way. I'm not sure how it tracks this, but it's certainly not as straightforward as complete the playthrough, it seems. And now we have to reacquire the severed hand. This is where we get to that step. And you all remember how we do that.
I'm scared.
We goddamn run!
Why is it so
Run!
loud?
To the elevator!
It's gonna be okay.
Oh boy.
Just don't let go.
Go, go, go.
Come on.
She's gonna put you down.
It's just spinning you down.
Push the button.
Why won't they close?
Remove this. Not today. See you in a minute. Yeah, we're not done for you yet. You, in fact, are the very reason we're here.
Grace? Are you hurt?
Nope.
No. I'm
Not the one who's about to be.
That's good. Good, Emily.
Come on, then. Where are you?
What's going
Just on schedule. Open sesame. Come on.
Hurry! Go!
Yeah, that's not the thing we're here for. This is. Right, so now that we have Emily in the hand, we're just gonna go to that area and put her down.
Leave.
In here, guard's office, I think it's called.
It's not safe here.
Yeah, you just stay there for a moment, my friend. You're just gonna go into storage. Where are you? There. And then we have to take it to one of the analyzers. Just gonna take this one out because I think it's the closest one. If I remember the correct way there. No, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm really not sure. Is this the one that leads me there? God damn it. Nope, that's not the key. Oh, yeah, that's the wrong one. Oh yeah, it's that one then. We have to go down here. Passing by the other side of the kitchen. And then just up the stairs. No one near spawn. Okay. Make things easier for me. That one, that one, that one. Right, GGC, AAG, AUA, ACG. Right, so that means we have a combination of A's, G's, and U's. Now, I did spend a little while thinking about it after the first time I got this, about what it could mean. There was some sort of code or formula or something I wasn't familiar with, but it's not. Because I figured there are 3 different letters here, so each one could be symbolic of either of the buttons you get on some of those sun, star, moon puzzles. But I wasn't quite sure which correlated with which. But apparently U is moon, and what was it? I think G is star, and A is the sun. No, I think G is the sun, and then A is star. I'm not sure why, but that's just the way it is. And then we have to find the right puzzle box. I think for this next part here, we'll need to have Emily with us again. And I'm just thinking, I'm not sure there are any other of the puzzle boxes available than... actually, that there are 2, I suppose. That's the chairman's office, but I think it's the lead researcher's one we need to go to. The one which would be placed right there, I believe. I need to make sure I have Marie's stall with me. Oh, there we go. Store, store, store. So, East Wing is where we go. And I pray to Christ that there are going to be no enemies in our path, because then we're kind of screwed on insanity mode. But I think I cleared out everyone. I figured it was actually a good idea that clearing out, and that's probably the ideal way to do it, is have Leon clear out the entire area once you go through here as him. Because you can still pick up the resources, or at least the blood, when you're playing as Grace. And meanwhile, Leon will get all of the bonus points from killing them. Alright then, I just need to check. Okay, so this is why I was a little bit confused about which letter is which. Is that I think the letters are different depending on the difficulty, and the ones that weren't there originally, I think, was the A's, and maybe that's from the fact that I'm playing on insanity difficulty, so now the code is slightly different. I'm just gonna go and analyze this hand again, because this code is different from the one I took a screenshot of way back when. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the A's weren't there, but yeah, let's just screenshot it, because I will not be able to remember that. There we go. Alright, now we just gotta go back up to the lead researcher's lab. And then I pray to God that U and G are still moon and sun respectively, but I guess we're gonna find out. Right then, let's see. Just gonna enlarge that a bit so I can actually tell what the hell it says. GGC, which would then be sun, sun. Wait, hold on. GG, so we have GCAU. Shit. That's a problem. That's too many. That's too many characters. That's no good. I mean, I guess it could be just as straightforward as just don't worry about the A's and then assume that G is still sun, U is still moon, and then C is still star. So that would then be sun, sun, star. Star. And then sun, moon, star. I'm just trying to figure out how far I actually got in this. And then sun, moon, sun. And then it would be moon, moon, star, moon. Yeah. Okay. That would seem like it worked. Yep. Okay. Yep, that's everything. I just figured it'd be fun to actually do this, seeing as it was a challenge and it had something to do with the hands and the toilets and some other stuff which I kind of picked up on but didn't really fully put together. Seeing as with plenty of time, there's actually one more thing I would like to do before we finish. So the second thing I wanted to do is to gather all of the letters from 1998, I believe they're called, related to the RPD charm. Let's just have a look. Where are you? Special content, items, there. The RPG charm. Letters from 1998, yeah. And the first one is just in here, in the hotel, within the first minute of entering the Raccoon City East, just over here, on this couch. And then it'll tell you to go to the gas station, where you will find the second one. Now, depending on whether or not you've been into the gas station yet, either you need to go up onto that ladder over the truck and then jump down there. Or, if you have been in there, just go this way. And then the little message should be on a shelf just inside here. Or right here. And this is actually all of the ones in Raccoon City East, and the next ones you won't find until the center, which is after the motorcycle chase. Now, it's pretty important you collect all of them in order, because they won't appear otherwise, as I understand it. But anyway, this is the third one right here. Just before you fight the tyrant, and you can see the orphanage right there. And then the first one, we need to go to the, let's call it RPD parking garage. Now, I think this is by far the easiest one to miss. And it's the one I missed my first time around, because it is crammed way in there behind the car. You can't really see that it's there, and I think you have to get fairly close before you can see it. The little interaction icon there. See, because usually you'll be avoiding the car. You need to go around it to get down there. But either way, we have to go back to Kendo's then. And then instead of just continuing through here, as we did before towards the third message, we go here. I think this should be the last one. With these shoes here. And then this. Let's have a look then. See if it... Nope. Okay. Am I... Shouldn't that be all of them? Okay. This is a little bit curious. Pretty sure that should be unlocking now that I have all of them, but it's just not. Oh, what about this then? Oh, it spawns. Okay, I see. Increases firepower when near death. Okay, there we go. But it just unlocked, but I suppose it makes sense that it just shows up. But yeah, you can probably figure out what happened to her. Anyway, that's all. I just figured it'd be a good way of sort of wrapping up the last bits, seeing as we did everything else with the game. So, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, whatever else YouTube wants you to do, and as always, take care.